Today I'm reacting to a runway challenge that left a girl in the bottom 2, and they told her that she insulted the designer and he was disgusted by her.
But the designer, Jeremy Scott, was so insulted by what you did on that runway. He was disgusted.
I mean, she cried, okay, over this. And I'm like, what was so bad that she did that put her in this position? So we're gonna be taking a look at that runway, and I wanna see if it's as bad as they say. So let's take a look. Just a disclaimer, everything I say in this video is my own personal opinion and speculation.
Welcome, girls. Today is your runway challenge.
Not excited about this.
And you're going to be wearing the clothing of a very talented designer, and his name is Jeremy Scott. He's also one of my closest and dearest friends. Jeremy Scott.
Hi, Jeremy.
This is Jeremy Scott.
Hi, how are you? I'm good,
We're here in
thank you.
this vintage bank because the collection's inspired by opulence and wealth and glamour. And you
Can't
all
relate.
portray cat burglars.
So, girls, let's go upstairs to get your hair and makeup ready.
Okay, that's interesting. So I heard wealth, and then the girls are gonna be burglars. So the concept is theft. Jeremy, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I hate theft. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it's a crime. But on America's Next Top Model, it's fine. It's not a crime. It's fashion.
How do you feel?
Oh my God.
Amazing.
This is this medieval times.
You're raising your dress. Do not model like that.
Okay.
Oh, so she's. It sounds like a voice clip. I don't know if he actually said it in that moment, because it doesn't sound. It sounds like a voiceover, but maybe he did say it to her. He said, "Don't raise up your dress like that." And if you've watched my previous reaction video, you'll know Jeremy Scott gets so mad at Samantha for this runway challenge because she lifted her dress.
Really great.
Her walk, first of all, is a mix of a truck driver and a stripper. And then she's pulling her dress up at the end of the runway. I mean, it was shocking.
calls
It was
her a stripper.
inappropriate. She needs to understand it's a fashion show, not a strip
So
show.
let's see what happens after this. He told her beforehand. I mean, I don't know if he really told her. It sounded like a voice bite or something. What did they? A sound bite. It sounded like a sound bite that they overlaid. Let me watch that one more time. Hold on, because it didn't seem right. It just didn't sound right to me. His face.
You're raising your dress. Do not model like that.
Okay.
I'm not seeing his mouth moving or him actually saying this. I'm just hearing it, and they do voiceovers and they clip things into the show and they edit things in, so they could have easily edited this in. So I don't know what to believe. What do you guys think? Did he actually say that? She's practicing it beforehand. Why would she do that if he really told her not to? I think she would have just listened to what he said if that's really what happened, if he really said don't do that. There's no reason why she would still do it. I don't think that she's that defiant.
Amazing.
See, look, you guys, there's no clothing rack here. There's no clothing rack. So she's doing the poses where she's lifting up the dress where there's no clothing rack. Jeremy Scott doesn't even look like he's here. Look at this environment. You guys, okay, pay attention to the wall right here, okay? There's the columns right here, this and this and this and this. And then fast forward a second later, let's watch where she ends up. There's Jeremy Scott. He's not, I don't even think he's really there, because then look.
You're raising your dress. Do not
Did you
model
guys
like
see
that.
the clothing rack? Who saw the clothing rack there? It doesn't even look like the same area. So what I'm saying is the clip of her doing the walk when she's lifting up her dress a little bit is different than this clip where he's allegedly saying don't model like that. But she wasn't pulling up her dress in this clip. Her dress is down. I do play a lot of detective games. Touch Detective. I bought it on the 3DS and I've been playing that and I love it so much. I could be Mackenzie or Chloe. We cracked the case, guys. We did it. One more thing I wanted to mention is take a look at the window outside when Samantha's doing her first walk of her pulling up her dress. It's dark outside. And then take a look at the second clip of when Jeremy Scott is there and telling Samantha not to pull up her dress. It's light outside. So I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see the difference here. And let me know what you guys think about this.
So I taught you girls yesterday. Tonight, there's one little twist.
Oh boy.
You will be blindfolded.
Why?
Oh my god. Oh my
Burglars wouldn't be. You think burglars are gonna go in there blindfolded? Like, okay, yeah, let's be as effective as possible. And I just don't need to see for this. Yeah, just grab whatever. Just grab whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, so the girls are gonna be blindfolded, as all burglars. We all know a burglar in our life, and they, of course, go. They rob blindly. They robbed you blind. Get it? That probably. I don't know if that is that the right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh, am I nervous? Blindfolded? I just learned how to walk yesterday. And we're
What? Yesterday?
And here to help judge this challenge is editor-in-chief of 17 Magazine,
Tyra?
and Choquette, and none other than Jay Manuel.
The winner of tonight's challenge is going to appear in a 17
$500?
Magazine advertorial shoot for Kira Plastinina, and you'll get to bring 2 friends.
And get $500?
Hero class.
So along with the good news, I come with the bad news. Because it's time to get serious and ramp up the competition. Tonight, you guys have to walk as if it is your last runway show. Because for
Why?
one of you girls tonight, it will be your last challenge.
This kind.
No photo shoot, no panel. You're
What?
going home tonight.
Someone's getting eliminated tonight, and I'm freaking going out of my mind because I'm
What?
so scared.
Okay, so a lot of these girls have never done runway before. It's probably their first runway. They're gonna be blindfolded, and whoever does the worst job gets sent home right after this. That's kind of terrible. You ever walk into a completely packed Starbucks? Okay, and then you just get anxiety. You're like, oh my god, there's so many people. It's too crowded. Just imagine that, but blindfolded and wearing a dress.
I'm glad I didn't get fake lashes.
When we have our blindfolds put on us, we discover that we can see a little bit. It's still like all like shifty and like weird.
Look at, he's like
looking,
making
so
sure.
This is a
He's
very
like,
scary challenge.
make sure you definitely can't see for my runway show that I'm taking very seriously, but also double knot that. Make sure. I don't want her to see a thing. Not even one speck of light. So Jeremy wants us to take this seriously, but he's literally going behind the girls and tightening all of the straps for the blindfolds. He's like, let's just.
I really want to make sure that you can't see. You have no vision for this. You're not gonna know where the runway even ends. I do need you to follow at the end. Kevin, can you tighten that one up? It looks a little loose, okay? She's looking a little too confident there. Yeah, just tighten it up a little bit.
Ooh, I would want to do that. If they asked me to do that for the show, I would. Sir, where's your blindfold?
Okay.
Oh my god, how does she even know where to go? Oh my gosh.
I love that I'm the one to start the show. Walking down the runway is
I'm
one
so
of the best
nervous.
natural highs you will ever get. Even if you suck, you feel so cool.
It just looks terrible with the blindfold.
I walked down the runway, and I was blindfolded, but I was smiling with my freaking eyes, and I just had all the confidence in the world.
She did amazing,
Probably
not
for
gonna
the
lie.
first time in
You
this
killed that.
competition.
Oh, Lord, when Sam got to the end of that runway and flipped up her skirt as she was posing, I saw a whole lot more than I wanted to see.
I told her 15 times not to do that. Look at her.
What? But she's wearing like black leggings. Nothing really showed. Or tights. Samantha's wasn't as bad as they made it out to be. They're wearing completely black tights, so I didn't think that it was a big deal. Cuts to Jeremy saying, I told her 15 times not to do that. And we can actually see his mouth moving and saying those words. So now I'm thinking, I don't know what to think, actually. But I can't see a model on a show like this she's trying to impress the judges and listen to what they're telling her. And you're telling me that she went against a designer like Jeremy Scott and still did what she wanted to do, even though he said not to do that. It's not adding up for me. I was done recording this. I went to charge my light, and I was just watching this back, and I noticed something. I know I'm looking too much into this. She's walking. Just watch Mr. J and Ms. J. There they are. She's lifting her dress. Look at their face. And then they pan to this clip.
Sam got to the end.
And then, but look, it pans back to them in the crowd as she's actually doing that. And it doesn't show them even like reacting. Look at, she's looking at her. They're looking at each other. And they show the whole walk. So then look.
That runway.
Keep looking at them. It cuts back to them. Look, nothing. They don't even do this, nothing. So they just clip that in to make it seem like, oh my God, they're shocked. It could have been a different runway walk. I don't know. I just noticed that. Ooh, I love that sweater. I'm not gonna lie. Where can I buy that, Jeremy?
Is the military in town?
Wow. Wow.
When I was on the runway, I was very conscious of not being too dramatic. Just walk.
How do they know when to stop? Again, I just feel like I would have went straight into the crowd at that point. Broke it. They would have had to take. Ambulance is definitely coming with the stretcher for that one. Jigsaw showing up in the tricycle. He's calling 911 for me. He's a good guy. He's a good guy when he's not making puzzles for people's demise.
Walk straight, do some cute poses, and go back.
I step out on the runway for the first time, and I'm so
little fast,
nervous.
right?
I totally forgot everything I might have picked up on.
It's her first runway. She's trying.
I know runway is my thing.
Oh, and I got a smile too.
The crowd
Wow.
went crazy when I walked, and I'm just like, okay, I feel like I have this one.
How else do you wear a drape?
Wow. She looks great. Well, at least her nose and her lips look great. Honestly, great runway. A little nervous to watch the girls getting so close to the edge of the runway. But in heels, but they all did amazing. Very, very impressive. And honestly, the designs looked great. The makeup, the hair, the clothes, everything was awesome. It was fun to watch other than the blindfolds.
Overall, I think you guys did pretty damn good this evening.
Let's just talk about the overall critiques and how we did.
All right.
Finally, baby, this evening you were fantasticals. You were fabulous, darling.
This is the first time I saw the girl who walked into casting step out
Wow.
in front of me.
She did so good.
That saved you today. Now, Samantha. Oh my God, the arms were going.
whole windmill.
And the outfit was cute, but then the way you were working your arms, they rode up on your back and your booty was sticking out. I was like, oh no. Ouch. Oh, Ms. Jocelyn, the crowd loved your energy.
Loved it.
Come on, she's a foxy lady.
Hannah, you looked a bit nervous. Did you have a problem kind of walking through with the
I
mask?
kept thinking
The blindfold?
off the runway.
You have to remember, it's the first runway for a lot of these girls. They've probably never done something like this before. So they're not going to have experience. They're not going to be 100% professional. They've never done this before. Also, if Samantha lifting up her dress was that big of a deal, why didn't Jay mention it during the critiques? All he said was, oh, your arms were too much. He never mentioned it. If Jeremy Scott was so offended, why? That was the first thing that he would have said to mention. Hey, tell her that she lifted up her dress, and he doesn't mention it at all here. Interesting.
Hannah, you looked a bit nervous. Did you have a problem kind of walking through with the
I
mask?
kept thinking I was falling off the runway.
Yeah.
You looked scared.
I could
She
see
couldn't
the mask
see,
that you
ma'am.
was thinking, and you just kind of like lost it.
All right. You ready, ladies? The winner of tonight's challenge and an advertorial shoot in 17 magazine
And $500?
is Jocelyn.
Wow. Okay. I think all those girls did really good.
Jesus. Oh, this really has my adrenaline pumping. I'm ready for the next thing. What's next?
But now for the bad news. The person's name that I call will have to go back to the house, pack your bags.
Oh, this is like the Tyra
and you're gonna go
speech.
home.
I only have one picture.
Because
in
if
my
you don't
hands.
have a good runway walk, you'll never make it as a top model.
It's not really true. But...
Jay and I have had a discussion about this, and we are the eyes and ears of Tyra Banks. So
Yeah, you are.
unfortunately, the young lady that'll be going home tonight.
Mr. J's having his Tyra elimination moment. All he's really missing is a piece of paper in his hands.
Okay, well, I'll only call one name, and the name that I do not call Just immediately.
Like, how do I know this? Why do I know this much? It's interesting they're about to eliminate someone. Again, if this was such a huge deal and the designer felt disrespected, then Samantha would be the obvious choice to be eliminated if she defied the orders of the designer.
So unfortunately, the young lady that'll be going home tonight.
I think it's her. I think it's her.
Is Hannah.
Oh, that is her. Oh no.
I'm really sad right now.
Why would they
I felt
eliminate
like
her
I
now?
disappointed my family, but I know that they're already so proud of me. Just the idea that I'm here, I mean, that's huge. I mean, I'm from Alaska. I never thought I would be here.
You
I've
didn't
learned
disappoint
so
your
much about
family.
myself and about other people.
That's
This is
so
bigger-
awkward how they just eliminated her and she's still in the outfit and she just walks off. Ugh, that just like it's like hard to watch.
I've learned so much.
They don't
about
even
myself
acknowledge her.
and about other people.
They just look
This
at her
is
go.
bigger than anything I've ever done.
So let me get this straight. Samantha, the one who lifted the dress and was called out by Jeremy Scott during judging, not only once, but twice. And Tyra also called her out and said that he was disgusted by her, by what she did, and was insulted by her. She was put in the bottom two and almost eliminated. And yet it wasn't, what she did wasn't brought up during the actual critique of the runway, of the actual runway. And then also, she wasn't sent home. Like, she's really the only one that they had an issue with, and yet she wasn't sent home. And they never brought it up at all. So, which leads me to doubt this whole scenario. What do you guys think? Do you think Jeremy Scott told Samantha not to lift up her dress and then she did it anyways? Or do you think there's something else? And do you agree with who went home? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys in my next video.